Good morning guys and welcome back to another video. So I'm currently on my on-ward portion for my psychiatry placement and I want to take you guys with me for a sort of productive day in the life of a medical student. So for the psychiatry placement, I've been attached to a mental health center, and so that's a place where patients with pretty severe mental illnesses go to be looked after. And there are a couple differences between the wards in a mental health center and the wards that you'd find in a hospital. So for example, when you're going around a mental health center, the rooms for staff are usually locked and you need a key to get in and out of them, and the patients that stay there are often sectioned, which means they have to stay in the ward to receive treatment. Another thing which is different about the wards is that when you're walking around, you have to carry around these alarms. These are important because if a patient maybe suffers an episode and maybe gets aggressive and you might feel like your safety is being breached, then you can either press this button right here or you can twist this and pull. But so far from what I've heard, using this is pretty rare and I haven't had to use this in my time at the wards as well. So every morning when I get to the ward, I actually have to charge this up. And I don't know why I find this really cool that you can charge this up in literally 10 seconds. It just makes me think about technology and where phones are going and things like that. Like just imagine charging your phone in 10 seconds and then boom. But obviously these are for our safety, so these are really important. So I'm about to head out to the wards now, and obviously to respect patient confidentiality and privacy, I won't really be filming too much in the wards, but I'll see what I can film there when I get there. So anyways, it's time to head out. Usually I take the tube to get to the hospital every morning, but actually for this mental health center, it's actually easier to take the bus. So I'm halfway there now and I need to find my second bus to get to the mental health center. Every morning when I get to the wards, I would meet up with my partner and we would try to find the doctors who were attached to the ward for that day. And then we would try to then discuss any patients that were going to be seen that day and any tasks that needed to be done, whether that would be bloods for patients or maybe record an ECG. And then we would be sent off to speak to the patients and get a psychiatric history or perform a mental state examination. Depending on the day, there might be a ward round. So for this ward, on Mondays and Fridays we have a ward round. And then from Tuesdays to Thursdays, we might have anywhere from 1 to 3 doctors here on the ward. So somehow I'm the first one in this morning, so I'm just going to wait for the doctors to come. Thank you. Kobe! Alright guys, so I'm back home now from wards. Just to recap what I did. So when I got there at 9 and the doctors came in, we discussed briefly who had to be seen today and what needed to be done. So I actually did bloods on 2 different patients. So one was a patient with delusional disorders, but he also had some problems with his kidneys, so they wanted to do a blood test to just check. Another patient was actually a patient with bipolar disorder, who previously was a bit manic, and the doctors just wanted to check his bloods as well because he's currently on lithium. And then afterwards I also did an ECG on that same patient just to check if the patient's heart was okay. So it's always really cool to be able to apply the skills which I learned last year, these clinical skills, onto the patients. And the fact that I didn't really practice medicine for such a long time, at the very start I was a little bit nervous about taking bloods and doing things like that, just speaking to patients, but now I feel like I kind of gained back that confidence. I'm in the stride of things and things are looking good. So I'm back home now and I wanted to maybe do a little bit of studying because obviously with psychiatry it's quite heavy in terms of the number of conditions and things like that, but everything that I'm reading about mental health is really interesting So in terms of studying, I've been doing a lot of questions that they have online, and I've been turning those into Anki flashcards, which I review at a later point. And something which has been really useful for psychiatry is watching videos they have on YouTube. So I think there's different sources, but for example, the University of Nottingham has put out a bunch of videos about different patient scenarios, which are played out by actors. And it's really useful because it kind of gives you clues and tips for like what to look out for maybe this condition, and maybe how to steer the conversation to really help these patients. Alright, so I think I'm done with studying for the day now. It was only maybe a short couple of hours or something, but also it's dark outside now, and it's almost dinner time. So actually, me and my flatmate and a couple of friends were having hot pot tonight because I haven't actually been back to Hong Kong since January, so it's been ages, and I've been craving some Asian food. So we're gonna try to do hot pot tonight, and I'll film a little bit of that as well. So time for hot pot. I'll see you guys in a sec.
That you do.
Glug 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 glug.
Cheers. Hey. If I actually recorded the whole thing, I'd be like, I feel like too much. That's you.
Is this?
Any day now.
He's trying to use chopsticks properly.
Time lapse.
Hey! Stop.
Oh my god.
Bye bye.
Can you like just? Okay. What a threatening moron.
You're gonna have fun editing. Oh, this is for her.
Thank you.
Alright, so we just finished hot pot, and now we're actually gonna try to play a little bit of ping pong at home. We only actually have 2 rackets, so we're gonna use some pans as well. Let's see how this goes. Alex actually plays for his university, or sorry, played for his university. He's now graduated. So let's see.
You're better than this.
So this game is called Spoons, and how does it work? We're gonna pass around cards until someone gets 4 of the same cards, and then when you do that, everyone has to grab the spoons. The last person to grab that spoon obviously gets a punishment. So we'll see how that goes. Alright, so now we're playing a version of that game where we actually have to hide the spoons, and then you have to go run off and find the spoons once someone has 4 of a kind. So this might get a little hectic. No, that's so dumb.
Hey!
Wait, what? I put that one there.
So I can only get one way thing.
Yeah.
Oh shit. That's
Beep, bop, boom, boom, pop, quack, 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 quack.
I feel like she was like physically abusive, so it's like this. I go for 3 times against Golden State where they had like when they had KD. But
Oh! Please just stop. Please just stop. Please just stop. Oh.
Bye-bye.